Okay, here we have the next part. My camera quality is slightly better than usual, but it's laggy from my side. But when I play back the video, it's perfectly fine. So, next up is Numbers 4. This is a very interesting episode. So, this has the opening scene from Numbers 5, where the Teletubbies are dancing on a conga line, and it has the Field 7 opening shot, and the baby son sighing at the beginning of the segment comes a bit too early. So yeah, I may remember this segment. I don't know. This episode is one of the more blurrier episodes for me. And then the TV event. This time, Lala is chosen. The original audio of Lala getting saying again, again. The second time it plays in some of the earlier episodes is used. And the first time when she's picked for the TV event, it's a bit off sync, and the Earth Movers or Diggers portion of the event is a bit longer. And then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 sing a song of four segment from the original episode. The baby son giggling in some parts of the segment are different. And um, the opening shots from the blue sky segment from Colors Blue is used, I think. I better look it up. Yeah, it's the same opening shots from that segment. Yeah, it's the Field 2 opening shot instead of Home Hill 4, basically. Even though I kind of could have sworn it was the same opening shot. I actually vaguely remember this segment, but I don't remember the part with the number 4. I only remember the part at the end, which we'll get to in a little bit. The original voice of the voice trumpet from the UK version is kept in this version, and the voice actress is Anna Smith, who is not credited in the UK version of the episode. And then after the number 4 disappears, the windmill starts spinning for a magical event with the normal windmill animation. And apparently, like, I found out that the audio of Tinky Winky giggling and the magical event tune from Spiders is used. So yeah. And then they go watch the Magic House, and it's pretty much the same version from the US version of Rabbits, but with the bottom right window. But the windmill's magical vent tune is not slowed down, and the voice trumpet's halfway up. So, uh, so Tinky Winky's the missing Teletubby, and apparently the ending with the voice trumpet halfway up is from the U.S. version of Stonewall, which has Lala being the boo shouter. This episode aired on August 4th, 1998. So the pledge drive airing, from what I've heard, actually has the pledge drive airing has the magic tree, which I may or may not remember. Why a magic tree? Well, the magic tree represents the 4 seasons, and I think it's the same version from Sparkly Spider, as the windmill stopping at the end. And uh, Lala is the boo shouter still. In the rerun airing, let's see. In the rerun airing, the Magic House is the same version from Rapping. It still has the bottom right window version, but the Baby Sun clip at the end is different. And the rapping ending with Poe being the boo shouter is used apparently. And then the Sprout airing, instead of the Sing a Song 4 segment, they have the segment from Caterpillars where Poe's reading an accounting book. Of course, it makes sense because there's like 4 Teletubbies that she counts. In some descriptions for number 3, they mention this segment. I don't know why. And then they go watch the 3 ships for some reason. And right after the Caterpillar segment, like when it shows the baby son giggling, it just immediately cuts to the windmill spinning for the magical event, and the windmill stops spinning at the end. And Dipsy's the boo shouter. Next up is herding sheep. This has the running away dance at the beginning. Very interesting. And it has the Field 7 opening shot. I think this is the only episode where the running away dance starts with an opening shot. And the beginning music loops practically like 5-second loop. I don't know how to explain it, but in a lot of episodes with the running away dance, that happens. It doesn't happen in some episodes. For some episodes, the beginning music is shortened, or like in the original episode Numbers 1 and Dance with the Teletubbies, even though I could have sworn that happened in some episodes where the full beginning music is used. And the Teletubbies are heard giggling during this dance. Only 2 episodes in the UK series have the Teletubbies being heard giggling during the dance, and they both have the shortened version, but this has the extended version. So yeah, I vaguely remember seeing an episode with the running away dance at the beginning, but I don't remember happening like this. I remember it happening the same way in Balancing, where at the very end of the dance, I think the Teletubbies were also silent during the dance, but at the end it just immediately cut to the windmill spinning without showing the Teletubbies saying "uh-oh." But like here, at the end of the dance, the windmill scene with the normal windmill animation, and the clip of the Teletubbies saying "uh-oh" from the Twisty dance is used, which I was mind blown to see that. And then the TV event. Some parts of this TV event are cut, including the dad leading the sheep out of the field. And the baby son's giggling at the end is different. And then the Little Lamb segment from Making Fantastic Animals. This is the only like segment I remember. And I know the segment's in Baby Animals, that video. Anyone remember that video? But it's much different in this episode than in that video. The baby son's giggling at the beginning is different. And the narrator's dialogue is different. When the lamb and the mama sheep leave, the narrator says, "Bye bye, lambs," which I think is not in Baby Animals. I'm pretty sure I did not see Baby Animals when I saw this segment on TV, even though I did have the video. I know I saw it on like Sprout On Demand, but more on that in a little bit. And some of the dialogue is off sync. I think the segment is a little bit shortened as well. And then the voice trumpet's about halfway up. So yeah. So the opening intro is the intro from Penguins, with Dipsy being the missing Teletubby. Yeah, I've kind of like speculated like where the specific versions of the openings and closings are from. So yeah. And Dipsy is also the boo shouter, with the end credits being a bit slowed down. And this episode aired on August 5th, 1998. I don't know why I'm feeling very wonky right now. And in the Pledge Drive airing, it's the opening scene from Penguins, actually, where the Nunu is just zooming around in the house. And then after the TV event, it's the second half of the Lambs episode. Dipsy's playing Baba Black Sheep on the control panel. I may have seen the segment, but I mostly remember like this segment was shown in the Teletubbies Say Uh-oh music video. Anyone remember that? I think I remember like the regular Right Path 1 opening shot is used instead of the alternate version. And then they go watch the Animal Parade, which I think is the same version from Making Flowers, where the extended shot of the baby son giggling is used, while the regular windmill whooshing sound is heard. And they go run off to watch the Animal Parade, and the camera fades to the windmill stopping. What else was I gonna say? I think Dipsy is still the boo shouter, I think with the alternate ending music. But yeah. I think it might be the same ending from Making Flowers. I don't know why I'm a little bit off track. And in the rerun airing, it's the segment from Cuddles Gets Lost, where Lala fetches the others into the house. Or is it into or outside? There's like two different versions of those segments, kind of a recurring segments. Usually it would be either inside the house or outside. I don't know. I think the outside one was used in a different episode. I think this might be the inside one. I watched this episode like the other day. Like, I should probably know this. And that's the Don't Pull That Lever Dipsy segment from Double Bass, except they redubbed it to say Don't Pull That Lever. Yeah. I didn't even know, like, there are people pronounce it as lever for years. Yeah. Because I remember, like, watching the episode with this segment, Groundling Marsh episode, where they also said that. And then they go watch the Dancing Bear, which I think is the same version from Carousel. The bear dances once and just shows the baby son giggling. Tinky Winky is the boo shouter in this. Sorry, I just have a stuffy nose whenever I sit down. And the Sprout airing, the opening segment, this is from what I remember. I don't know if it was this episode, because I don't even remember the TV event, but I remember, like, I think it was the same episode with the Little Lamb segment I saw. But, like, I remember it had the bumping dance at the beginning, and it was the same version from Making Music, but instead of, like, the ending from Making Music, where the Teletubbies go back inside the house, and then the bird's eye view windmill clip is shown, and they come back out. They stay outside, and they see the windmill spinning, like in Feeding the Chickens, the US version, but this time, like with a different whooshing sound. I think they use a different audio of the Teletubbies saying "uh-oh." I think the original audio from Naughty Duck. So yeah, I think the TV event music was the one from Herding Sheep. I could be wrong. But yeah. And I remember the Little Lamb segments. Like I said, I remember it was the same narrator's dialogue from the Baby Animals video. So yeah. I think I remember Lala was the boo shouter. Next up is Rain. This is the US version of Playing in the Rain. So this has a very interesting opening segment. This has the up and down dance, and it's the same version from Painting Easter Eggs, except the baby son sighing at the end, or at the beginning, is different. And before the Home Hill 3 opening shot, was it? It was either Home Hill 3 or Home Hill 1. I always get those two confused. I think it's Home Hill 3. Before that opening shot, they show one of the rabbit clips from Nursery Rhymes with the rare opening music. And yeah. And then the TV event, I could have sworn the regular audio of Poe being chosen the second time is used. Same with like Dipsy being chosen for herding sheep. Yeah, I remember the herding sheep TV event on the Play with the Teletubbies PC game, but I don't think I ever saw it on TV. Like I said, it's kind of a blurry memory. Playing in the rain, though, like that I saw in Here Come the Teletubbies, and also very rarely did I get it on the Play with the Teletubbies game. Some of the dialogue is mixed up in this TV event. That I don't think happens in Here Come the Teletubbies. And it's also, I think I remember like this TV event was shortened because I think it was in Play with the Teletubbies. And then something very interesting happens where they actually do the splashing dance. The splashing dance is kept. Yeah, they have both the splashing dance and the up and down dance. This is, as far as my knowledge, the only episode to have multiple dances. This and the Dance with the Teletubbies video. And yeah, the Teletubbies are heard giggling during the dance, unlike in the UK version. Even though I kind of remember they were a little bit silent, except for like when they cheer at the end. And then it's the puddle segment, which I don't think I ever saw on TV. But yeah, and then the 3 ships, which is a lot different than I remember, because the baby son's actually not shown giggling at the beginning of the event. I thought that only happened in Dance with the Teletubbies with the dancing bear. But yeah. And yeah, and the windmill stops spinning. Lala is the missing Teletubby, and Poe is the boo shouter. Apparently, I heard it's the same ending from Digging in the Sand for Crabs. I'm not sure how to prove that. This episode aired on August 6th, 1998. This was aired around the same time that Here Come the Teletubbies was released. I get so thirsty. And then the Pledge Drive airing, from what I heard, it's apparently, I don't know, I could get this information wrong, I better check. Okay, I didn't get it wrong, but it's apparently, like, the original opening scene from the original version of the episode where the cloud appeared, which, like, honestly, I wish they would have kept that segment and then maybe, like, yeah, keep the splashing dance, and then, like, maybe show the other puddle segment from water since that one's a bit longer. So, yeah, but here are, like, the segment's kind of similar to in Dance with the Teletubbies, where at the end of the segment, before it even shows the windmill spinning, it just shows the baby son giggling, and then it goes back to the up and down dance, and the splashing dance is removed. And apparently the 3 ships is the same version from is the same version from Making Bread. I don't think I remember an episode where the 3 ships ended with the baby son giggling and then going to Tubby Bye Bye. I only remember the baby son giggling at the end of that event, like when the event was like before dance or before segment. But yeah. And yeah, in the rerun airing, apparently it's the Itsy Bitsy Spider segment from the Spiders episode, which I vaguely remember this segment, and I remember it went the same way as in Bedtime Stories and Lullabies. I had the Right Path 2 opening shot. And yeah, apparently I heard that Voice Trumpet's dialogue was re-recorded though. But and the first part of the Magical Vent tune is heard when Tiki Wiki sees it. And I remember, like, after a few seconds, the regular whooshing sound was heard, like in bedtime stories and lullabies. And then, uh, right as he was walking out the door, the TV event music from that video played. So yeah. And also in the puddle segment, when Dipsy says Dipsy trod in the puddle, he just says Dipsy in the puddle, I think. Which also happened in Here Come the Teletubbies. Oh, I forgot, in the pledge drive airing, after the TV event, they show the umbrella segment from Naughty Cloud. And apparently, instead of the voice trumpet singing, it's raining, it's pouring, it says, rain, rain, go away. Rang, rang. Bring, it's for you. That's what I'm thinking of. And then apparently, like, it has that scene with the bird's eye view windmill clip, and then it just immediately cuts to the windmill spinning without showing the Teletubbies saying, uh-oh. I'm not sure if I remember that happening this episode. I might. But in the rerun airing, Poe is the missing Teletubby, and also the Boo Shouter, also in the Pledge Drive airing. And in the Sprout airing, it's basically kind of the same as the Pledge Drive airing. The up and down dance comes after the Cloud segment for some reason, and the splashing dance is removed. And the version of the three ships is from Helicopter, which I might remember because of the camera fading to the windmill stopping after the three ships disappear. And apparently uses the helicopter ending with Dipsy being the Boo Shouter. Orange picking. So yeah. I think this episode actually aired in the US before the UK. But yeah, I could be wrong. So, this has the opening segment from Picking and Sorting, where the Nunu tidies up Lala's ball, and it starts with the Right Path 2 opening shot without the windmill on screen, and the short and opening music is used. And then the TV event has the original audio of Lala getting chosen the first time from the older episodes, and the audio of her saying again is off sync the second time. Yeah, I vaguely remember something about orange picking. I could be thinking of the Teletubbies Everywhere TV event called Picking Oranges, but I'm not sure. The UK child narrators kept, mostly because this segment was filmed in the United States. So yeah, the baby son's giggling at the end is different. And then the Tubby Toast accident segment from Feeding the Chickens, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows this segment. I honestly could have sworn the opening shot is a bit off sync. I honestly could have sworn this segment started with the same opening shots from Here Come the Teletubbies, at least the US version, with that rare rabbits clip and the extended opening music. And at the very end of the segment, something weird happens. They show the closing shot twice, and they show the shot of the Teletubbies saying "Yay, Tubby Toast" a few seconds early, and then goes back to the closing shot the second time. And then the windmill is just very, very briefly heard if you listen real closely. So yeah. And then they do the Running Away dance, which is the same version from Dance with the Teletubbies, the US version, but the audio of the Teletubbies giggling is slightly different, slightly off sync, and the beginning music once again is that loop version. Practically, like, go watch like this episode and compare it to the version of the dance from Dance with the Teletubbies, and you'll see what I mean. And Pose the Missing Teletubby, the rating logo shows up after the after Poe like shouts 4 instead of like right at the beginning when it shows the sun rising. And also in the theme song there was a version of the "Say Hello to a New Friend," but it's basically just a shortened version of the theme song, just Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Poe, say hello. I think there were several different versions of that promo. I think there was one that actually had Sherry Lewis from Lamb Chop's Play Along narrating the promo. And Tinky Winky's the boo shouter with the end credits being delayed. So yeah. Hold on just a second. So in the pledge drive area, let's see. In the I don't really know. In the pledge drive area, they do the happy dance, and apparently, like in this episode, from what I've heard, the windmill stops spinning without showing the Teletubbies saying "uh oh," which I don't think I remember that happening during this dance. Like I said, I remember the Teletubbies did say "uh oh" after stop spinning. And Lala's the missing Teletubby, and also the Boo Shouter with the alternate ending music. And in the rerun airing, it's the scene from Rolling, apparently, where the Nunu tidies up Lala's ball, which I don't know if I remember that segment. And the original ending of the Tubby Toast accident segment is shown, but instead of the windmill stopping off screen, I don't really know how that works. They watch the magic tree. I think of the audio of the Teletubbies saying "uh oh" from the theme songs used, because I know that happens in Here Come the Teletubbies, and the windmill stops spinning. And Dipsy is the boo shouter. And in the Sprout area, it's the opening scene from Good Morning, where the Teletubbies want to keep eating their tubby toast when the windmill starts spinning, and they eat it like really fast. It like really takes so long for them to eat it. I don't think I remember this segment. I remember seeing it on some Chinese websites, but yeah. And then they have the segment from finding chocolate eggs, where the Teletubbies keep stealing each other's bowls of tubby custard, which I vaguely remember seeing that segment. But afterwards, they go watch the dancing bear dancing once, and then they do the walking dance, which is the same version from Rockpool, which I think I might remember that version. I might remember this actually, this version of the episode. And Dipsy is the boo shouter. Next up is Swimming, or Swimming with Stephanie. This starts with the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star segment from Lighthouse. This is a lot different from the version used in Nursery Rhymes. The voice trumpet's voice is different. I think in the Nursery Rhymes video was Jane Sheldon, doing the voice. Here it's Tony Berry. And yeah, I think Tony Berry was the voice trumpet voices in season 1 and I think some of season 2, but then by season 2 they replaced her with Jane Sheldon. I think Sandra Dixon or Sandra Dickinson. I don't really know what her last name is. She did some of the voices. I think some of the voice trumpet voices in the theme song in Tubby Bye Bye, while John Schwab did the male voices. And the voice or the narrator's dialogue is redubbed as well. Yeah, I vaguely remember this segment, but I don't remember it happening like that. Actually, on the PBS Kids website, there was a flash game where you can click on the voice trumpets and they told the different nursery rhymes. And the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star audio actually was from nursery rhymes. So yeah. And then the TV event, one of the older audio clips of Tinky Winky getting chosen for a TV event from one of the season 1 episodes is used at the beginning. I think the regular audio of him saying again again is used the second time. I vaguely remember this TV event. I think the swimming pool shown in this event is the same one from Jumping, the UK version. The baby son's giggling at the end is different. Unlike in Lighthouse, where since the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star segment's a little bit long, they only had time for the 3 ships after the TV event. Here they have a much longer segment. From the Naughty Hat episode where the Teletubbies lose all their favorite things. And yeah, the baby son's giggling and some parts are different, and the opening shot is slightly off sync. I think I remember this segment. I think it was a bonus feature on one of the DVDs. Was it the Blue Sky DVD? I don't know. But yeah, the voice trumpet's a few inches higher than in that episode. Tinky Winky's the missing Teletubby. Again, the rating logo shows up after the intro in some airings. And Dipsy's the Boo Shouter. And in the Pledge Drive airing, it's the Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain segment from Water. I vaguely remember this. I think I remember that had John Schwab doing the voice trumpet voice. And I think it had the Field 1 opening shot and the that hill field shot with the hill where the telescope appeared. And then after that is apparently the second half, the Sunday special version of How Things Swim. It's the segment where the Teletubbies are playing an in and out game when they see the Tubby Custard Cloud. I vaguely remember this segment, and from what I remember, at least, I'm not sure, but basically the windmill starts spinning after they go back inside the house, and it's the same scene from Decorating Boxes. But they go watch the 3 ships, and I think the baby son giggles at the end. I actually might remember that happening. Yeah, not like the windmill stopping, unlike what I said just a few minutes ago. And the voice trumpet's rising is delayed. And Poe is the Boo Shouter. In the rerun airing, it's the same opening scene, the Dr. Foster scene. And then after the TV event, it's the puddle segment from Water. Like I said, I actually vaguely remember seeing that. I think it's a bonus feature on, was it the Blue Sky DVD or was it something else? I think it was the What's That DVD. I think I uploaded that a few years ago. And then they do the splashing dance, and apparently the camera cuts the voice trumpet at the end, which I don't remember that at all. I might remember that in 1 episode, maybe 2. I'm not sure, what segment or what dance or anything it was. I know, I think some episodes had it happen, after the windmill stopped spinning. The camera cuts to the voice trumpet stuff fading. And, Tinky Winky is the boo shouter. And in a Sprout airing, apparently it's the opening scene from Seesaw where the Teletubbies go down the slide and the Windmill's Magical Vent tune is heard, which I don't think I remember that segment at all. And then after that is the Sunday special second half of My Violin. Again, it's the segment from the episode where the voice trumpet is playing a Baba Black Sheep on a violin and a trombone, and the Nunu keeps making so much noise. I remember this segment in the, what's the name of that video? Silly Songs, Funny Dances, but I'm not sure if I remember seeing an actual episode. Maybe. And then they go watch. Oh wait, this is the rerun airing. I got the rerun airing and the Sprout airing of this episode confused. This is the rerun airing with the violin second half, while the Sprout airing had the puddle segment. I don't know why I saw it so wrong. But yeah, and the rerun airing after the Baba Black Sheep segments on the voice trumpets, they go watch the Dancing Bear dancing once and the windmill stops spinning. And Tinky Winky is the boo shouter in that version. So yeah, okay, I need to take a break right now. See you later.